Welcome back to Unity of Flagstaff. I am Reverend Penny Honey, and it is our joy to share this time with you here on our YouTube channel at youtube.unityofflagstaff.org. For more information about the ministry, of course, check us out at www.unityofflagstaff.org. And thank you to those who continue to support us financially by donating on that webpage or sending in your contributions to P.O. Box 1740 here in Flagstaff 86002. Happy Father's Day to those of you that applies, and that can come in a lot of different expressions. That dad energy plays a big part on this planet, and we appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Today we will enjoy and celebrate Father's Day with a special guest speaker, Steve Doze. Steve Doze is not only a qualified dad and grandpa, but he is a local business owner owning the White Dove and the Nest. Please be sure and frequent these businesses as we support our local merchants here in Flagstaff. We look forward to Steve's candor and great sense of humor and presentation. We also are blessed today with the original music of Sean Dennehy. He will be performing a song entitled Rose after his daughter, Rosemary. And Matt Devlin will again grace us with his talent as he presents an original song called My Father's Hands. We appreciate these talented folks joining us today, and for more of that, please go to our YouTube channel and catch up on those services that you may not have gotten to see yet. Also, check us out on Thursdays for our Thursday meditation moment right here on this YouTube channel. Be blessed, my friends. Stay well. Enjoy.
Hello everybody, Sean Dennehy here. I'm going to play you a Father's Day song. This is a song that I wrote for my daughter Rosemary. I wrote the first line on the day that she was born. Little Rose, I hope you grow to be bright and full of light. And then it took me 5 years to write the rest of it. Little Rose, I hope you grow to be bright and full of light. I hope you know I love you so, my little Rose, and I'll show you where to go when you don't know. And I wonder what you'll be like when you grow up. Life is your water, fill your cup. When everything you find isn't enough, but I might let you fall down. I'll always be around to help you up. Little Rose, let me count your toes. Last time there were 10, let me count them again. My little girl, I hope you succeed, but I can't give you everything you want, only what you need. And I wonder what you'll be like when you grow up. Life is your water, fill your cup. When everything you find that I might let you fall down, but I'll always be around to help you up. And I might let you fall down, but I'll always be around to help you up. Happy Father's Day, y'all.
Hi everybody, I'm sure Penny already said it, but welcome to Unity of Flagstaff. My name's Steve Doze. It's great to be here with you today. And hey, happy Father's Day. Just want to give a shout out to all the fathers out there. I'm a proud father of 4 boys and 4 grandkids. And I'm one happy man, and so happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. My message really isn't about Father's Day, but maybe some fathers out there might gain something from it anyway, okay? So happy Father's Day, and hopefully you didn't ruin your children's lives, okay? Oh, I'm just kidding with you, you know. That's one thing I will say about a father. I tell you, I have asked my children's forgiveness many, many times. I'm like, sometimes I just say, I'm sorry, and they're like, for what? And I'm like, everything, man. I'm just so sorry, you know. And I've got some forgiving kids, so hopefully you got forgiving kids too, because I know I've made a lot of mistakes. We probably all have a little bit in parenting, you know. So anyway, happy Father's Day, and I want to talk today about the voice of solution. But I want to tell you, I'm also going to talk about the voice of complaint, the voice of protest, because I really believe they all have their place. But my main emphasis is, I think, the voice of solution, if it's the right solution, is the most powerful thing. I do want to say that growing up, my father was a man of solution. He appeared to me to always have a solution when the problem arose. And, you know, not that he wouldn't complain with some very colorful words when there was a problem going on, and I learned those words really well too, and I love every bit of that. But he always was a man of action for solution, and you know, looking back on it, he didn't always fix the problem, but because he went after it with a voice of solution and an action of solution, if he didn't fix it, it arose to a place where he did find the solution, or moved on to, you know, finding that solution. And then there were just times where there was no solution, and it was time for a new creation. It was time for something else to happen. And I kind of find that we may be in some of those times right now. I'm having a hard time finding a voice of solution for some of the things that are happening right now. Racism and COVID-19, the things that are very much happening during our time right now. I got to tell you, I'm all for the voice of complaint. I'm all for the voice of protest. And sometimes there is never a solution without that voice of complaint, and real complaint. I used to say, oh, there's no problems, there's just solutions. Well, you know, that works for me, but at the same time, the complaint really does have to arise. And there's a time right now, there's a place right now for a serious complaint. Now, you may not agree with all the ways that people are protesting, and you know, one thing I want to say about that is to be a listener during these times. And don't listen with your own point of view. Okay? Can I hear an amen right now?
Amen.
Are you there? All right. You know, I found myself being the kind of listener who says, I know, so therefore I'm not really listening because I have a point of view about it. But I want to be a person who is now listening open. Okay, and not listening with my own point of view, but listening to others and really trying to tap into their point of view. Because I really think the voice of solution will not come unless we are open in our listening and not just listening with our own point of view. Okay, I've learned during this time to not, or try not to be a judge about the way people are handling things during this time. I'm trying not to judge the people who are getting a little bit violent in their protest. Because guess what? Whether you agree with it or not, it may be the only thing that brings change. I know that might be hard for some people to grab onto right now. I'm trying not to be a judge when people are saying wear a mask or don't wear a mask or I'm done with this or whatever. Try not to be a judge during these times on that, because I haven't come to the place of complete solution in these areas. And I'll tell you what, sometimes you can come up with what you think is solution when you don't even really understand the problem. Does anybody think that might be going on right now? I mean, I'm just wondering, you know, our government officials, they may not really totally understand the problem, and they come up with the solutions. And guess what? I think if you come up with a wrong solution because you don't understand the real problem, you're just causing more problems. And then we got to have some more voices of solution to correct the more problems that are happening. Okay, I'm saying a lot. I hope it's making sense to you. And I'm going to try to come up with some words now about solutions, okay? Hey, there's something that I came to during this time. I don't have a solution for racism and globally, or COVID-19 globally. But I have to come up with some solutions really in my own heart and in my own mind for me, okay? And that's something that we have to live with. You know, a lot of times people are just angry and frustrated and depressed and anxious because of what other people are saying during this time or how other people are acting in this time. You know, I learned something from Byron Katie. You guys know who Byron Katie is, many of you do. She said, you're living in other people's business. Okay, I love that. Why are you dwelling in other people's business? Okay, you may not agree with the opinions, you may not agree with the complaints or the solutions, but you don't have to go into a place where you're all full of anxiety or depression or fear or anger over these other voices. I want to say today that I believe that there's a place in you for real complaint, and really defining what that complaint is for your own life, okay? If we could define what the protest and the complaint is and really come to the bottom of it, we'd come up with a real solution, okay? So for ourselves, I think it's good right now to not just try to be, oh, I'm just going to be a positive person and never have a complaint or never have a problem, but I think it's really good for us to really listen to ourselves and how we're feeling about something and the complaint that is actually really in there, whether we want to try to wish it away or not. And I have found, and this is a teaching that I have learned, and it's real wisdom for me, and that is when there's a problem or a complaint, I think it's really good to acknowledge it fully. And I really think it's good to experience it fully. In other words, just, okay, this is a reality, this is for real, I can't deny it. I really am being bummed out here or really upset here, and so I want to acknowledge that fully, okay? And then I want to come into a place where I experience the anger of it fully, the upsetness of it fully. And I know there's teachings out there that just say, you know, be not angry and all that. I have to say I'm just not in agreement with that. I think a solution comes, and I'm amazed at this, when I practice acceptance of my anger and of my upsetness and acknowledging it and experiencing it fully, out of nowhere, I don't know, out of somewhere, but it's coming. I feel like the solutions begin to come when I'm honest with myself and fully accept the frustration or the problem or the protest that I have, okay? So I want to say it this way. I learned it this way. Resistance is the beginning of transformation, okay? So if you will realize, I'm being resistant here with this person or with this action. There's a situation going on and I'm just like, oh, I don't want that. That's resistance, you know? Well, you can't resist reality for too long. You know, it's not going to go real well with you or the reality that you are experiencing. You can't deny it for too long. And so instead of resisting it, go, you know what, it's reality. This is really the way I'm feeling. I can try to put a mask on, or I can try to whatever, but I'm in resistance, you know, and I'm going to stop resisting. I'm just going to experience fully. And I have found that transformation comes out of that, or resolve can come out of that, or that voice of solution, okay? So I want to say right now that I really believe that protest and complaining is powerful, okay? Whether it's powerful for the good or for the bad or whatever, I don't know, okay? It could be for either one. I want to say that I believe the voice of solution is maybe a little more powerful, okay, if it's the right solution. And, you know, if it's the wrong solution, it could be, you know, powerful for the wrong, you know. But at least we're trying to come up with solutions, okay? And I feel like we need to really understand that protest that we have, that problem that we have, what's really going on, and then just allow that to experience fully, and I believe solutions will come up for you in your own life. And that's really all we can control, huh? I can't control somebody else's way, especially if they don't understand the problem or even think they have a problem. You know what I mean? How can I change them? But I can work right here with what's going on in me, with problems, with complaints, and with solution, okay? And so, hey, take that on today. Now, during this time, I'm thinking that because I don't have a solution for racism, I don't have a solution for COVID-19, I don't have a solution for a lot of things, but how can I operate in the midst of it? And during this time, for me, not that I won't be a voice of complaining at times, but I want to somehow complain with love. I want to somehow complain with the idea of I really want change from the heart of what's good for me and my family, or for those in my community, or for a heart that's really what's good for humanity, okay? And so the voice of solution that I have for myself when I don't have solutions yet is a voice of peace. For me, I want to be a voice of peace in the midst of unrest, okay, of discontent. I want to try to be a voice of peace for my own self first, and hopefully that peace will emanate and I can be a voice of peace to others, okay? Now, obviously, there's a time where somebody's going through something and you're trying to be a voice of peace, and they're just not open to that because it's so hard with what they're going through. You know what I'm talking about. And so you have to use discernment during these times. But I really feel like being a voice of peace in the midst of unrest is something that is powerful, and that it actually can open up the place of the voice of resolve or solution that can come, okay? More so than just being in a state of just continuing in unrest. So try to cultivate that voice of peace in your life. I think it's a great idea to be a voice of love in the midst of what appears to be hate, okay? Now let me just tell you, I'm not going to say hate even is negative, okay? I think that real angst towards something, real hate towards something, I'll go ahead and use that word. It's a powerful word, and maybe some people don't like to use it. But when you are just really, hate actually opens up the understanding of what love is for you, because it's the opposite. And so you can operate in, okay, how can I bring love into this full-on feeling that I'm having, and how can I, get that out there? Because I think there's a Bible verse that says love never fails, and I believe that. I believe that it all comes back around when you just operate in love and charity and what's good for the people around you. Okay, so today, if we are a people who believe that the universe is for us, or we believe God is for us, there's a teaching out there, and I know most of us are familiar with it, and that is everything that's happening right now is happening on purpose. Okay, some people don't believe that. I understand that. Everything that's happening in your life is happening for the ultimate good, even though it feels so negative, okay? And that you can come into a place that says, you know, I have faith that even though this is tough, it's actually for my ultimate good. And if you can come into a place to embrace that, the voice of solution may come a little sooner for the situations that you're going through. Okay? So I just want to say today, try to be in that place of being a voice of solution during this time, or allowing that voice of solution to come. Hey, you may be the voice of solution that really changes what's going on. Because I'll tell you what, there is wisdom and knowledge that just comes. And I don't know where it comes from. It ain't me. You know what I mean? I'm not that smart. But sometimes when I just get into that place of, you know, experiencing and acknowledging, that voice of solution comes for me. So I want to present that to you today. And hey, start with being a voice of peace. Start with being a voice of love. Try to cultivate that in these times. And I believe solutions will come for you personally, maybe for family, community, maybe for humanity. Okay? Love you. Happy Father's Day. Have a good one.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. I'm Matt Devlin, and I'm going to play a song I wrote for my father about a year ago when he was in the throes of Alzheimer's. And I hope you enjoy it. This is called My Father's Hand. I remember my father's hand soft on my back at the end of the night as we walked to the car. The crowd had gone silent, they all held their breath as I screamed bullshit at the umpire's last call. And he could have lost his temper, but that never was his style. In all the years I never saw him throw fuel on the fire. And all the things he never said spoke loudest of all. And his hand upon my back, his direction for my heart. And I had my share of mistakes growing up, the car and the tree and the great car so bad. When I cut off my finger, Mom said, son, don't you cry. He said, oh Bob, let him cry now, his finger's in a bag. And he could have lost his cool, but that never was his style. In all the years I never saw him throw fuel on the fire. And all the things he never said spoke loudest of all. And his hand upon my back, his direction for my heart. And the man I see is fading now, not sure he still remembers me. But the man that I've become is who I wanted him to see. All the things he never said spoke loudest of all. And his hand upon my back was direction for my heart. Yes, his hand upon my back was direction for my heart. And I remember my father's hand soft on my back. Have a great Father's Day, everybody.
Thank you, Steve, for that inspiring message. And a shout out to Sean Dennehy and Matt Devlin for those fabulous, heart-touching original songs. And a big thank you to those that provided us with photographs of their fathers. We appreciate celebrating that with you. Again, check us out at www.unityofflagstaff.org. Next Sunday is Music Sunday. Be sure and tune in to this YouTube channel, youtube.unityofflagstaff.org, and as we share music and message, but mainly music. And then, July 5th, we will be coming together here at our physical location of 1800 South Milton, Suite 103. The service will be, of course, honoring the physical distancing, and it will be outside. Bring your own chair, bring your own coffee, bring your own mask, and we will come back together as a community as we are allowed to now. My friends, we appreciate you. Be sure and check out our Thursday meditation moment. And again, happy Father's Day. Be blessed.